Ugly guys of Reddit, how did you get a girlfriend? My boyfriend is not a looker by any means, but he is kind, supportive, funny, intelligent, and a ray of positivity. Looks fade no matter how attractive you are, but a solid personality lasts a lifetime. Oh man, I would hate having a girlfriend that thinks I'm not a looker, but your point is strong. I guess I'm just shallow. Be interesting. Have things to talk about. What people who moan and complain on the internet about not attracting girls seem to universally fail to understand is that looks are only a small piece of the puzzle. If you're interesting, it doesn't matter what you look like. I promise you that. I wouldn't say I am bridge troll ugly, but I am by no means better than average. Cameras hate me. Anyway, I was half drunk after a night of drinking Jaeger. My buddy was bummed out, so I went up to a girl I thought was hot and who would clearly reject me out of hand. And, since it would be publicly, my buddy could then laugh the spectacle and feel better. We're married and have a kid now. Also, I am hilarious as and hung like a hilarious person. By being really funny. That and a little bit of confidence can go a long way. It's just a matter of finding the right person. Poor eyesight and low standards. I'm not ugly, but I'm really short. I've never had a girlfriend, so I don't entirely qualify for this list, but I've been on a couple of dates. To me, that is an accomplishment. I basically wouldn't talk to women in my teen years, and now I'm more confident than ever when doing it. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to date a girl yet. Don't know when that would happen. I've been making efforts. I don't consider myself handsome at all, but I have been happily married for 25 years. I think the best thing is just to keep positive and good hygiene. There's always someone for everyone. One of my girlfriends started seeing this guy and was super nervous about me meeting him because she thought I would judge her for being attracted to him because according to her he wasn't the most attractive guy. She's like a 10. Perfect body and a gorgeous face. She could easily snag a male model if she wanted. He invited us both to a barbecue he was hosting, and when I first met him, I'll admit that I was shocked at her choice. He was mid-30s, short and balding with big ears that stuck out. Body-wise he wasn't ripped or anything, but you could tell he was active. By the end of the barbecue though, I totally understood why she was attracted to him. He was very intelligent and had a killer sense of humor and just this charm and swagger about him that made you totally forget about his looks and just want to get to know more about him. He also had a lot of hobbies and interests that made him a very interesting person to talk to and treated everyone around him with so much kindness and courtesy. My friend also told me later on that he was great in bed. Very attentive and passionate. So as long as you have a personality that makes up for your lack of looks, you can definitely land an attractive woman. Groom yourself. Dress well. This doesn't mean suits or expensive attire. Just make sure it fits. Color matches, etc. Go to a place like Men's Warehouse for help until you learn how to do so yourself. Be reasonably fit. Again, you don't need a six-pack. Just make sure you're not obese. Most women don't care if a guy has a little pudge. Be stable. This means don't get smashed every weekend. Have a plan for your future, and be consistent. Have interests. It doesn't matter what they are. Passion is attractive. Be open-minded. Don't be a snob about other people's passions or likes, which results in being overly critical. Be willing to explore her passions and likes. Be positive and optimistic. People like to associate and spend time with people who are happy. No one wants to spend time with someone who is always self-deprecating and/or depressed. Be humble but confident. There are many things ugly guys can do, but this is a great list to start. Don't go for shallow girls who only care about looks. Now, just to be clear, when you say ugly, do you mean irregular facial anomalies you were born with, or is it just bad maintenance like not getting regular haircuts or poorly groomed facial hair? Because one of those things can be changed. Go for shallow girls who care about money. Magic. Chicks really dig guys who do magic. Josh Arkazam. This is the most cliché in the book, but by being myself, it took my several years to figure out what that was for me. I am not by any means ugly, but I am a little fat. Got bald at 19 and I am not very tall in NI. Everyone is a giant, so I wasn't very confident in my teens and early 20s. However, the last 3 years or so I found out I am a very positive and optimistic person with a good sense of humor. It's not that I am swimming in babes, but I had my fair share of beauties. Pure beauty-wise, I am almost always punching above my league. Ugly guy here who does really well with the ladies. My big moment was realizing if I focus on external validation I'm always going to lose. So I focused inward, built my skills, talents, abilities, including my ability to socialize and talking to women. I just reframed it in my head from, oh no, these women are rejecting me, to, guess I should have been more X or Y in that interaction. Let's try again with someone else. After a year or so I realized my sense of self-worth had increased so much to the extent where validation from other people seemed to pale in comparison to my own sense of self-worth. And all of a sudden I realized I had swagger, and girls really responded to it. In a way, being ugly made it even better. It's like they thought, this guy's ugly, how on earth is he so confident and relaxed? What does he know that I don't? Be Casey Neistat. Good looks are only one way to be sexy. I didn't. Be funny and confident. By being really honest and straightforward. Also, making her laugh and having money helps. Step 1. Work out so you're ugly, but fit. Step 2. Dress better so you're ugly, but fly. Step 3. Make friends that are good or at least comfortable with women so you can be ugly, but connected. Step 4. Try to get a better job so you can be ugly but wealthy. Step 5. Approach every woman with the intention to date her so you can be ugly, but experienced with rejection. Final step. Now that you're comfortable getting rejected, dress to impress. Got player friends. Got money. Put all that together and go get rejected as many times as possible with as many different approaches as possible. Conduct A/B testing. Try with alcohol, with a wingman, with a girl wing woman if you got friends that are girls. Try it all, and make sure to ask for her number. Story time. I did all of the following and eventually got around a good group of friends. We started hitting bars and clubs. But things were different now that I dressed better, had a somewhat fit body, and I was comfortable talking to women. Eventually, I got a conversation going with a friend of a friend, and I found a common hobby. In my case, it was a genre of music we both liked. So I asked her out right there and got the date, and much more. There's nothing better than being ugly, but well prepared. I have no clue. My girlfriend is blind. Just putting this out there as a girl, very few men are actually ugly. Most people are on a normal spectrum. Same for women. We just get a little help with makeup. But that goes before bed and when we wake up. So perhaps a good start is don't think of yourself as ugly, cause you're most likely not. And also, most likely some girls will find you attractive cause you know, preferences. I wouldn't call myself unattractive, but I definitely wouldn't say I'm particularly attractive either. On top of that, my social skills aren't the best. Despite that, most of the girls I've dated have been these incredible European dancers. I'm American that are basically straight out of a classic heterosexual male fantasy. Hot accents and everything. The reason I can get away with this is that I learned how to partner dance well. Given 3 minutes, a good song and a good dance floor, you can make a pretty strong first impression and a pretty strong connection if you know how to lead properly and enjoy yourself. By making myself unugly. Mostly ugly people are that way because of factors they can control. Mine was pepperoni face, levels of acne and super oily hair that looked gross if I even skipped one day of showering. I got tired of using crappy face wash and started seeing a dermatologist. The pill he gave me worked instantly. Got a buzz cut and looked 10 times better. As they say, the true definition of insanity is doing the same thing twice and expecting different results. Go after ugly girls. And within your league in general. I know people from both sexes who are single because they're holding out for someone sexier, richer, nicer than they are. You have to be realistic. You have to be realistic. Sounds like quitter talk to me. Easy. Just use poetry. Get in the van. Don't focus on looking for a relationship. Focus all your energy on being the best version of you could possibly be. You'll find someone amazing that way. Got a puppy. A lot of posts are talking about being confident, funny, looking after yourself, etc. This is all useful, however useless if you never actually put yourself out there and meet people. Go to social events. Join clubs. Use Tinder and online dating, etc. While meeting people, you will meet single women and you will click with one of them eventually. Even if the people you meet aren't single women, they might be able to introduce you to some. It really doesn't matter how you look. Somewhere out there is somebody who finds your looks sufficient without any change, and you just have to find them. Dig a pit, cover it with leaves, and put aside 50% of UGG boots. Why only half of UGG boots? Wouldn't you want both pairs?